Peace, 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 peace and love, family. This is Amir, the Chicago crypto hustler, coming to you once again. Let's make sure we got a nice visual here. Make sure we got a nice visual so y'all can see this clearly. There we go. Peace, family, peace. Amir, the Chicago crypto hustler, coming to you once again. Man, I've been, I told you I usually don't go with the flow and invest in the coins that everybody else is talking about. I usually do my own thing, find my own coins and research my own coins. This is one of those coins that I found called Keck coin. Now, I'm deep into symbology, astrology, numerology, and things like that. So when I first went to the page and I seen the metanature in the background, which some would call hieroglyphics, but they didn't call it that back then. They called it the metanature. But when I seen that in the background, I'm like, wow. You know, I seen the Ankh, a couple other symbols that I'm familiar with. I'm like, wow. And then I see this frog-looking figure over here. I don't know if y'all will be able to see it. Let me see if I can zoom in on his hat. And I started looking, and I'm like, what the fuck? I started really looking at it. I'm like, man, it looks like Donald Trump, and he's wearing a fucking Make America Great Again hat. Now, the irony in that is, you got all these symbols over here that, as far as my knowledge goes, if you know anything better than me, then correct me if I'm wrong. But the crazy thing about it is that they got all this symbology in the background that originally comes out of what we would call Africa. So it kind of blew my mind that they got all this symbology in the background, and they got this meme of this Donald Trump looking figure in the forefront with a Make America Great Again hat on. So it was crazy. So I started looking into the coin, you know. First I was just looking into it on the coin level. So if we look at Keck coin, we can see right now it's going for about 7 cents. It's up 15% since yesterday. Let's see. Let's see. And according to this, I guess it came out, I guess it was released July 31st. August 5th. Let's see. Let's try to go year to date. 'Cause I think this is a fairly new coin, actually. Wow, that number changed real quick, didn't it? Yeah, so I guess the coin was first introduced on July 31st. Which was a couple of days ago. You know, so make sure you can see everything. So I started doing the research behind what Keck coin was. You know? So the first thing I did, I went to their website. And it gives you a pretty broad view of it. It says, Keck coin is a peer-to-peer proof-of-stake cryptocurrency created to serve the internet community. Keck coin aims to be a revolutionary advancement in meme technology and strives to fund projects that align with the will of Keck. Pay attention to the wordplay here, family. Pay attention to the wordplay. It says it strives to fund projects that will align with the will of Keck, and we're going to get into that in a minute. You know, join the Keck coin Telegram chat group and become an active community member. It says Keck coin wishes to expand the global awareness of cryptocurrencies and blockchain technology by funding curation and dissemination of dank original content. It says the Keck coin core team wish for this to be a community-driven project. Instead of forming a roadmap and imposing too much of your own will onto the project, we wish to work with the community to generate a pool of ideas and organize to work on the most desirable new features and use cases. In addition, this is an open source project and community contributions are welcome at every opportunity. Pretty simple. So if we go down here, we go to distribution. It says we initially distributed funds through an airdrop and people received 10,000 free keks. That wasn't bad. Look at the price now. It says this phase has finished, but we'll be airdropping further funds through our meme bounties. Join our Telegram chat group or Bitcoin talk thread for more information. And they just go in, and that's simple. That's the simple as that. That's the whole website. That's it. That's all. So the first thing I wanted to do, I wanted to know what the hell was kek. So I started researching. The first thing I found was this: kek mythology. So if we go down, I'm gonna read some of it for you. And as we can see, it's all ancient metaneter. And it says kek, also cook, keku, keki, is the dedication of the concept of primordial darkness. Primordial darkness, triple darkness. As a concept, kek was viewed as androgynous. Which means it has both female and male traits or characteristics, or it's a duality, you know, male, female, masculine, feminine. It says his female form being known as keket, also kekuit, kek and keket, in some aspects also represent night and day, and were called rays up of the light and the raiser of the night, respectively. The name is written as KK or KKWY, KKT, KKWYT, with a variant of the sky hieroglyph and ligature with the staff associated with the word for darkness, KKW. It says, if we go to history, it says in the oldest representations, Keku is given the head of a serpent and Kekut the head of either a frog or a cat. In one scene, they are identified with Ka and Kate. In this scene, Keku has the head of a frog surmounted by a beetle, and Kekut has the head of a serpent surmounted by a disc. In the Greco-Roman period, Kek's male form was depicted as a frog-headed man, and the female form as a serpent-headed woman, as all four dualistic concepts in the Ogdod. So, right there lets me know that this Kek was, we'll say, a deity, and they most associated that deity with the head of a frog. Okay. That sort of explains the symbology in the background and why they got the frog figure here. But why the Donald Trump Make America Great Again hat? In fact, if you look at the outfit, I don't know if you guys can see, but his hair is Trump's hair. You know, this is the depiction of Trump at the podium. You know what I mean? So I started doing more research, and I came up with this: how an ancient Egyptian god spurred the rise of Trump. Y'all can call this shit conspiracy theory, whatever the hell you want to call it. I'm just doing research on the coin and trying to figure out why they picked such symbology for said coin. And I'm just going to read some of this for you. It says, Donald Trump's presidency is well underway, but many observers are still trying to understand how he won the office in the first place. Plenty of explanations are circulating, from Hillary Clinton's weakness as a candidate to pervasive sexism and class disenfranchisement. I can't get the word out right now. It's too early. Anyways, in the Rust Belt. But whatever the truth, those who work tirelessly on behalf of Trump have got what they were after. A small subset of these campaigners is worth special attention. Not so much because of their political convictions, but because of their unrestrained fervor to fulfill an ancient Egyptian prophecy involving Trump, a cartoon frog, and an online counterculture. It goes on to say, The story starts with the infamous online image board 4chan, which has been a weather vane of internet subculture since its conception in 2003. 4chan is divided into subforums about topics ranging from video games and anime to politics. Users communicate largely through memes, images somehow grounded in pop culture and featuring a recurring character, figure, or phrase. Around 2010, 4chan users began posting and reposting the image of a cartoon frog, Peep. Let's check out Peep. Let it load up. I don't know why it's taking so long to load. Okay, there we go. Now I've been seeing this frog for a long time in all type of cartoons. SpongeBob, I believe. If I'm not mistaken, Rocko's Modern Life. That may be a little too old for some viewers. I don't know your age range. But anyways, let's get back to the original. Okay, so here we go. It goes on to say, by 2015, his wrinkly, wide-eyed face had become a staple meme within the community. The subforum poll caters to the internet's extreme fringe, anarchists, communists, far-right extremists, and white supremacists. Poll is 4chan's second most subforum, is one of the main forces that set the tone for online fringe political discussion. It says, Peep the Frog in Poll first collided with the outside world in June of 2015 when Trump announced his candidacy for president of the United States. Trump, with his aversion to political correctness and penchant for flair and showmanship, was Poll's immediate candidate of choice. And so Peep the Frog was edited. Peep this out. It says, Peep the Frog was edited to wear a Make America Great Again hat and began appearing in hundreds of Trump supporting forum posts. As I said, look at the figure within the coin. It's the exact figure that they are speaking on. You see Make America Great Again, you see the Keck Frog or Peep, whatever you want to call it, and then you see the ancient symbology in the background. Okay, let's continue. It goes on to say, at that very time, an event of religious significance to poll contributors was approaching. Each post published on 4chan bears an identifying number assigned consecutively by order of publication. Because of the huge number of posts published every day, this number is practically random. 4chan has an old tradition of users trying to have their posts obtain certain special numbers known as gets. The most precious gets are round numbers such as 1M or those that repeat all their digits. By October of 2015, Poll was approaching its 7,777,000 and 7, whatever, its seventh poll, seemed to be of particular importance because of the number 7. That's crazy. That's an insider. It's often associated with good luck and fortune. The post that would get that number was sure to gain legendary status within the community. As it happened, the 7th get was the message, Trump will win. It goes on to say, this sent Poll in the broader 4chan community in paroxysms of amazement and glee. To fulfill this prophecy, the subforum started an online campaign in support of Trump. Users on Poll believed that the best way they could help Trump's chances of victory was by creating and spreading pro-Trump internet memes outside of Chan. They called it the meme war, and if they could expose regular social media's normies to as many pro-Trump memes as possible, Trump would forever dominate the online news cycle, giving him a better chance of winning the primaries and maybe even the presidency. Now that, my friends, how they pushed it, that's mental manipulation at its best. Pre-programming. It was from this melting pot that the cult of tech emerged. Now, if we go back to Ketcoin, and we read what it says about it, it says, Ketcoin aims to be a revolutionary advantage in meme technology and strives to fund projects that align with the will of Keck. You see that? When we go back here, it said it was from this melting pot that the cult of Kek was emerged. Continue reading. Hail Trump. It says the word Kek, originally a Korean, I don't even know that word, I'm not going to try to pronounce it. A Korean word for a raspy laugh, had long been used on 4chan as a replacement for LOL, laughing out loud. One day, a poll contributor discovered that Kek is also the name of an ancient Egyptian frog god. The similarities between Kek and Peep was striking enough as it was, but Kek also has a female alter ego or nemesis that takes the form of a snake. Man, peep the symbology, family. It says this was quickly taken to symbolize Clinton, a universally reviled character within the pole community. What's more, to our modern eyes, the hieroglyphics supposedly used to write the name Kek in ancient Egyptian even strongly resembled a man sitting in front of his computer. Deep shit. That's the ancient statue of Kek. That's the meme. Those are the hieroglyphs. It says some of this, incidentally, is simply incorrect. According to Egyptologists, we contacted Kek, which perhaps fittingly means darkness in ancient Egypt. Is not in fact a frog god per se, but rather one of 4 male Egyptian gods who are usually depicted with frog heads. Their female counterparts are depicted with serpentine heads. The hieroglyphs on the frog's statuette above actually spell Keket, which is the real name of the Egyptian frog goddess, often associated with the fertility and procreation. Historical inaccuracies notwithstanding, this series of coincidences proved too much for the 4chan community to ignore, and the cult of Kek was born. The frog-headed Kek. I'm gonna go back to the coin we're looking at right now. For those that might just be tuning in, I'm talking about Kek coin, and I'm trying to explain the symbology behind it. Because if you look behind it, it's got a lot of hieroglyphs, or what were rightly called the metaneta. But in the forefront, you got this frog-like creature that resembles Trump with a "Make America Great Again." So them mixing Trump "Make America Great Again" with ancient Egyptian hieroglyphics, it fucked my head up. So it made me want to go research it, and that's what I'm doing now. I'm relaying the research and regurgitating the information that I found to you. So if we go back, it says, historical inaccuracies notwithstanding, this series of coincidences proved too much for the 4chan community to ignore, and the cult of Kek was born. The frog-headed Kek became the father, Peep the Holy Spirit, and Trump the Son, sent to Earth to fulfill a divine destiny. Family, you hear this shit? Shit's crazy, man. It says Kek's followers busied themselves disseminating Peep memes everywhere on the mainstream internet. The Clinton campaign mistakenly attributed their efforts to a Naziism ideology and declared Peep a public enemy, a grave misunderstanding of online counterculture. Until then, Peep had been a harmless meme on the mainstream internet, with celebrities like Katy Perry retweeting images of him. Sudden demonstrations by the Clinton campaign endowed the cult with a remarkable legitimacy. It says, Kek cultists and 4chan's Trump followers flocked to vote in online post-debate polls, racking up huge Trump margins. Trump repeatedly cited these results as proof of his debating prowess. Although the polls concerned allowed people to vote more than once, this allowed him to present a narrative of unstoppable victory, even in the face of what would normally have been campaign-destroying scandals. What this saga means for the future role of the internet and political campaigning isn't yet clear, but a precedent has been set. No matter how bizarre or misinformed, the collective power of tens of thousands of internet cultists appears to work wonders. And once again, that's the ancient statue of Kek. The number 7 is very important with this, it seems. And then we go back to the coin. And this is the coin that we're speaking on. So like I said, family, I find coins that aren't very popular within the mainstream social acceptance groups, and I do research on them. Because you could profit off of anything. You don't only have to buy Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, Dash, Ripple, those main coins. You don't have to buy those to profit. You could profit off of what some would call shit coins. And I've been profiting off of them. You understand what I'm saying? I've been profiting off of them. And like I say, this is how Ket coin is looking right now. Let me refresh this. See if there's any change been made to it. So it's up 0.5% so far. It's got a volume of $141,000, 586 cents, and a market cap of $706,000, $406,000 as of right now. And as we can see, if this information is correct, the coin has only been out since July 31st, which is, what, has it been a week yet? It hasn't even been 7 days yet. Hasn't even been 7 days since this coin was announced. And already it's pulling in money. I've seen little jumps here and there on Cryptopia. Let's see, I believe that is the only market that is available on right now. Let me see. Yep, Cryptopia. That's the only market it's available on right now. The only market it is available on right now. And it was just released about a week ago. So, I mean, I don't know if you guys care much about coins. Look, it just jumped. It was just at 0.5%. Now it's up 5.10%. I don't know if that's a glitch in the computer or what it is, but that's crazy. But anyways, family, I just wanted to bring short video relaying this information that I found out about the Ket coin. And like I said, it's tied into Egypt, a meme, and Donald Trump. And whoever the creators were took those three combinations and made a cryptocurrency out of it, as we can see. So do your due diligence, research the coins if that's, you know what I'm saying, what you're into. I'm not into belief, I'm into knowing. So I try to know as much as possible and do away with anything that may not be suitable to my knowledge. So until the next video, family, peace and love. Keep crypto hustling, and I'm out of here. Peace.